What's going on, fellow A-pluses? It's your boy Adam Perez. We're back once again with a brand new video today, as we're going to give a little bit of a trailer review in regards to the upcoming Marvel television series, Agatha All Along. We wind up getting the reveal for the title a few months back. We also got the opportunity to see a trailer that wind up dropping as of yesterday. I was going to go ahead and do this video yesterday. I just didn't have any time to, unfortunately, but I wanted to talk about Agatha All Along, is this is really sort of like a quasi sequel, if you will, to the WandaVision series that we wind up getting on Disney Plus that really sort of kicked off this whole MCU television series sort of mentality for Marvel Studios. And so we do have a returning showrunner in Jacqueline Schaefer, or Jack Schaefer, who did do WandaVision. And it looks like she's back to go ahead and have Kathryn Hahn this time go ahead and actually star in her own series for Agatha Harkness, titled Agatha All Along. And this is really sort of our very first look in regards to what this world is certainly going to be like as Jacqueline Schaefer, the showrunner, returns to the world of witches. So I'm quite interested to see where this definitely picks up. Before I did this review here, started recording this, I wanted to see what Agatha Harkness's sort of final moments were. Her battle with Wanda at the end of WandaVision, how Wanda really sucked up all of her powers and her abilities, stealing Agatha's abilities from her, and really sort of placing her back into this TV sitcom sort of world that we know that the Scarlet Witch, or Wanda, wind up certainly creating for herself, and really kind of just damned her to live that life in all of eternity, or at least as long as Scarlet Witch was certainly around. So seeing where WandaVision left us off at, and seeing where this trailer kind of gives us some insight into, I actually thought was rather fascinating. So let's go ahead and talk about this real quick, because if I could be honest, when they announced the idea of an Agatha Harkness television series, I was certainly one of those people that were like, I don't really need it. Like, what's the whole point and the purpose of it, sort of thing. Since then, a lot of things have certainly changed when it comes to the Marvel universe, Marvel Studios in general, and the idea that Marvel right now at this point is really trying to separate its television series from not necessarily feeling so much like homework, in the sense of you have to watch these shows in order to understand what's going on in the greater sort of MCU. And so there's a part of me that, with this being under the television banner for Marvel, I am curious as to how much of a separate story this is for Agatha Harkness in the Agatha All Along series, and will there be any sort of connective tissues to the greater MCU? If anything, I definitely do think that this series will certainly call back to moments in WandaVision, as it certainly seems as though Agatha definitely has a bone to pick with Wanda Maximoff. Based off of what we saw in Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, I am kind of curious if the idea of Wanda being dead or gone is kind of brought up. Maybe the idea that she's kind of off the board right now. I think we're under the assumption that she's dead after the events of Doctor Strange 2, but it seems like it's very much up in the air. And so I do wonder if her passing has kind of caused some of this trickle down effect here to definitely happen with Agatha Harkness, to maybe allow her to be able to break that seal that Wanda wind up putting on her and kind of find herself again. And so I am kind of curious as to what the connective tissues are certainly going to be like. So for somebody coming into this thinking to themselves, I don't really know if I necessarily need this series, after watching the trailer, put itself as sort of like its own standalone television series, looks pretty intriguing. I do like Kathryn Hahn as an actress, for sure. I'm also a really big Aubrey Plaza fan, and I know that I knew she was going to be in this series, but in some of the first looks and some of the images and things like that, we have not seen her at all until this trailer. And it definitely seems as though Aubrey Plaza is going to be playing a pretty big role. So two big actors already. I think we also have the lady that played in WandaVision 2. She was most notably known for her time in that 70s show. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's certainly going to be back as well. So I got three big actors in here that I'm quite a fan of. And what Jacqueline Schaefer was able to do with WandaVision was really intriguing to me. The fact that she's staying in her bag here when it comes to witches and a coven of witches, I think she could probably strike gold again here. Just looking at the trailer alone, the aesthetics look great. The special effects really work for me. I like a lot of the set designs. There even seems to be like a demon in here that's screaming for a brief portion of this trailer that really kind of terrified me in regards to just like the makeup design. Looks very practical in regards to how they're kind of putting this demon or whatever the case or whatever that might be certainly together. And it really kind of captures my attention. There definitely seems to be some humor in here. I love the callback to like The Exorcist at the end of this particular trailer, where you've got Aubrey with sort of like her deadpan humor, trying to try not to freak out and figure out what this like possessed girl is doing, as she's bending over backwards and walking on her hands, sort of thing, right? So there's definitely going to be some levity in here. I think we're going to have some really great chemistry with these individual of witches, as it seems as though Agatha is trying to go ahead and bring all these witches together, maybe with the purpose of either getting Agatha's abilities back, or maybe somewhere along the way. I think in one of the articles she mentioned about the idea that when it comes to witches, especially these individual witches who no longer become, who no longer belong to a coven, who are really doing their own sort of thing, when it comes to witches, there is a level of sort of like selfishness, right? So what are their bigger goals in regards to helping out Agatha, and how will they sort of get an upper hand by helping Harkness get her abilities back? And so I think there's some really compelling and intriguing aspects in here. And so the fact again that we start off this trailer with her being like this true detective sort of agent, having Aubrey Plaza, who seems like she's going to be playing a significant role in here, kind of guide Agatha out of this spell that Wanda kind of put her on, and hopefully find her path and becoming who she certainly is again. So I'm really interested to see how all these actors and characters work opposite beside each other. What's Agatha's sort of overall bigger goal once she certainly gets her abilities back? Is it to help Wanda? Is it to go ahead and exact some level of revenge? That I certainly don't know, but I think Kathryn Hahn can really play this character very middle of the road, right? Like you can absolutely love her, and then maybe she'll make some decisions that are like, yeah, it's not really heroic of you, right? Like still that anti-hero, I guess, maybe sort of mentality that Kathryn Hahn can really tap into when it comes to a character like Agatha in here. So again, I think the set designs look great. The aesthetics and tone look really great in here. I think you've got some really powerful actors that can really help elevate this series. And again, you're bringing back somebody in Jacqueline Schaefer that did an amazing job in WandaVision, and now coming back for Agatha All Along. So, we might be onto something here. Again, it may not necessarily be, top tier MCU, but I do think as a standalone Marvel television series, there might be something here. So they definitely got my attention with this trailer. But look, at the end of the day, these are simply my A+ opinions. I want to know yours. What did you guys think of the Agatha All Along series trailer that we wind up getting? So anything stand out to you? Are you still kind of in the middle of the road? What are you looking forward to out of this series? Definitely go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section box below, guys. But until next time, do me a big favor. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.